Friends, this is the third lecture of second unit from thermal engineering. Okay, we were looking for ideal gases and ideal gas processes. In first two lectures, we have finished all this theory part in which we have studied different processes which are ideal gas process and also drawn some PV or TS diagram, PV TS, that enthalpy versus entropy diagram. Okay, all these diagram we have seen. Now let's discuss about, or let's take some problem depending on that processes, and we will be at the end of our this unit also. That means we will be finishing 3 units of SOM also, sorry, 2 units of SOM and this TEM. Okay, always go through all this lecture, don't skip any lecture because you will not understand anything. Okay, let's start with this. You can see on the screen, problem given is there. 2 kg of gas at 50 degrees Celsius is heated at constant volume until the pressure is doubled. That means first at constant volume the gas is heated. To get that volume twice of its original volume. Okay, here this is the condition. You must write that final temperature you have to find and change in internal energy. Okay, now let's see how to solve this. Here this is constant volume process. Okay, in the problem it is given, and we have to heat the gas up to what the second pressure, or pressure becomes what, twice of the first pressure. Okay, this is the condition given, and mass of that gas is also given, which is 2 kg, and temperature is also given 323. Now they have asked you to find out the temperature at the second equilibrium state. Now as this process is constant volume, V is equals to constant. Depending on the gas equation, or that equation of process, you can write that, or we have had that formula, PV is equals to what, mRT. Okay, M is constant and R is also constant, so it will get cancelled. P1 V1 is direct, if V is constant, V can be neglected. In that case, P is directly proportional to the temperature, therefore P1 is directly proportional to T2. In this way, upon P2 into is directly proportional to T2. Taking the ratio, P1 upon P2 is equals to T2 upon, sorry, T1 upon T2, or you can write anything depending on, or you can rearrange the formulas. And now they have written this formula for T2. That means the temperature that we have to find out. Now putting all these values, okay, putting all these values, T1 is plus 323 degrees Celsius into P2. Value of P2 is what? Twice of P1. Here must be 1, not 2. This P1 get cancelled, and 2 into 320 is 23 is what? 646 degree Kelvin. Therefore T2 temperature here goes to 646 degree Kelvin. Now they have also asked to calculate some internal energy. Okay, change in internal energy, that is delta U, which is equals to mCV T2 minus T1. Value of CV is given. Okay, this is du is equals to mCV T2 minus T1. They have not specified over here, but you have to consider it. Okay, this value is always given to you, CV. Okay, which is equals to 0.718. Now 2 into 0.718 into 646 minus 323. Okay, after calculating all this stuff, you will get change in internal energy, that is delta U. Now let's take another problem in which 1 kg of gas enclosed in a container had an original temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, 1 kg of gas. Keep in mind the given data. Gas is 1 kg enclosed in container, original temperature, you can call it as a T1. Okay, this is T1. Now it was heated until its temperature become 150. That means this quantity is what? T2. Calculate how much heat was transferred to the gas. Take Cp is equals to 0.72. That means this is, let it be constant pressure process in which we have given values. So what will be the formula? Heat is equals to mCp T2 minus T1. Okay, here you have this. You have to convert all this temperature into Kelvin because they have given in degree Celsius. You have to convert it into Kelvin. Write all given data where R is universal gravitational constant. Now then Cp minus Cv is equals to R. Cv to be calculated, Cv can be calculated as given. Okay, Cv is equals to 0.44. Now here you have that formula mCv delta T, that is mCv T2 minus T1. By putting all this value you will get this. Okay, okay, why they have I told you to firstly I make mistake, mCp delta T I say, but gas is enclosed in a container. This means change in volume. This is constant volume process. Enclosed in a container, that means it is constant volume. That's why you have to take, instead of Cp you have to take Cv. Okay, this is the thing. Here mCp delta T I had told you, but instead of Cp what do you have to take? Cv, because the gas is told to be enclosed in the container. Therefore it's a constant volume process, and you have to calculation, you have to make some calculation depending on the Cv. Let's one more is there. A cylinder contains 0.12 meter cube of air at 1 bar. Okay, pressure and volume is given. Pressure is given, sorry, volume is here 0.123 meter cube, and pressure is given 1 bar and at 90 degrees Celsius. You can say this can be a T1. It is compressed to 0.03 meter cube. That means this is P2. The final pressure being how much? Let me see, 6 bar. Okay, this P1, sorry, V1, P1 and T1, V2, P2, and they may ask to find out T2 and internal energy. The index of a compression and increase in internal energy. Compression index they have asked to find, that means Cp and internal energy. Okay, N is to be calculated. Okay, all this formula, given data we have written V1, V2, P1, P2. Okay, they have written. Okay, you can see here the final pressure being 6 bar. Why they have taken 7 here? Then at 1 bar it is compressed to 0 point, the final pressure being 6 bar. Find the, okay, let's see what happened next. Okay, we have to calculate the index N. We have this formula P1 V1 and P2 V2. So putting this value, you will get log of P2 upon P1 is equals to N log V1 upon V2. So N is equals to, taking this ratio, putting all these values, you will get 1.4036. This is the value of the compression index. Okay, which is N. Okay, compression index is equals to 1.4036. Then change in internal energy is equals to M P1 V1 MR T1. So put all this value and you will get the mass. They have asked you to calculate mass. Okay, now sorry, they have asked to calculate change in internal energy. So once you get the mass, then for internal energy what we have formula mcv t2 minus t1. Okay, so after doing this, wait a second, let me make some calculation. What is the value of mass? 1.158 kg, is it? We have got the value of mass equals to 1.518 kg. To calculate the final temperature of gas and compression index, let us again do one thing. T2 upon T1, we have value of n. Write down here, we can write down T2 upon T1 is equals to P2 upon P1 raised to n minus 1 upon n. Okay, write down this formula for T2. We'll get T2 is equals to T1 into P2 upon P1 raised to n minus 1 upon n. So put all this value. We have T1, which was 363 degree Kelvin, P2 was 7, P1 was 1, and n was 1.40 minus 1 upon 1.40. Okay, n what we have 1.40. Okay, so putting all this value, you will get the temperature T2 is equals to, you will get T2 is equals to what? About 632.9 degree Kelvin. Okay, this much temperature you will get. Now what is about change in internal energy? You got T2, you have T1, so delta T was not there, so we were unable to calculate that change in internal energy. So now we have delta T, that means we can calculate the change in internal energy. By which formula? Delta U, that is change in internal energy, is equals to mcv delta T. Okay, we have mass which is given equals to I think 1 kg was given. Sorry, mass we have calculated. It was 1.15. That is mass into Cv is what? 0.718, which is given in the formula, and then T2 minus T1. As we have calculated temperature, it was about 632 minus 363. Doing all this calculation, listen to the problem and do the calculation as per told you, and you will get the change in internal energy is equals to delta U is equals to I think it is equals to 222, about 222.85. That means about 223. Okay, approximately equal to, you will get the 223 value of that particular internal energy. Now let's see next one. Here you can see all this calculation. Okay, here all these calculations are given, you can see. Now let's see next problem. Here, a gas has a volume of 0.14 meter cube, pressure is equals to 1.6 bar, and a temperature of 110 degrees Celsius. If the gas is compressed at constant pressure until its volume becomes 0.112 meter cube, determine work done in compression of gas and heat given out by the gases. Okay, write down all this given data. P1 is given, P1, P2. The process is at constant pressure, so pressure is constant, which is equals to 1.6, and as constant pressure T1 is equals to given 383 Kelvin converted into Kelvin. Then volume 2 is given. Okay, first the pressure and volume at first state and second state are given, written all the temperature, and Cp is also given 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Next one is what? It is equals to, so the diagrams are shown now. P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. T2 is equals to, at this is constant pressure process, this P1 P2 will get cancelled. Okay, P1 P2 will get cancelled since this process is what? Constant pressure process. Writing all this equation for T2, you will get T2 equals to 306.4 degree Kelvin. Now let's what is the work output, which is equals to dW. As this is pressure is constant but volume is changing, therefore PV work will also be there. So calculating this value of dW, we have P into V2 minus V1. Therefore P is 1.6, V2 minus V1 is given, so converted into Newton per meter square. Okay, this pressure is given 1.6 bar. Okay, so you must have to convert it into Newton per meter square. How will you convert it? Just multiply that bar value by 10 raised to 5, you will get it into Newton per meter square. Okay, next one is what? Next thing is what? You have to take it into, then put this value, you will get this value of work done, which is equals to what? Minus 4.48 kilojoule. Okay, you can say that why this negative work is done. That means we have seen this word, when work is positive, when work is negative. If work is done by the system on the surrounding, then it is considered to be positive. But in this case, surrounding has done the work on the system. That means the work is done on the piston by that gas. Okay, therefore the negative sign of this work you can see over here. Work done is the negative. Okay, the air have done the work on that piston. Expansion process is there. Okay, V1 was 1.4 and V2 was compression process. Okay, this that means piston have done the work on the gas. Okay, therefore you have to consider the work done to be negative. Now the heat supplied is what? In change in the energy plus what? Work done. Okay, therefore, but the work done equals to 0. Therefore this because of change in volume is small, and this process is also at constant pressure. Therefore the second work done, which is to be considered 0. Therefore heat supplied is equals to only because of change in internal energy, which is equals to mCp delta T, which will be also equals to minus 766 minus 76.6 kilojoule. Okay, so this was a problem. Let's take another one. 1 kg of gas expand adiabatically. Means what? There is no change in temperature. Delta T is equals to 0. No heat given to the system and from system to the surrounding. Okay, this is the adiabatic process. Temperature is falling from 240 to 115 degrees Celsius, while the volume is doubled. The gas does 90 kg of work in the process. Determine the value of Cp and Cv for the gas. Okay, this adiabatic process is represented on this PV diagram. You can see over here. For every problem you have to draw this. Okay, next one, V2 is equals to twice of P1. Mass is given 1 kg. T1 is equals to 240 plus 273, that is 513 Kelvin and 388 Kelvin. Work done is also given. Write down that 90 kilojoule per kilojoule, and we have that formula for work done equal to what? Mr upon gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. Putting all these values, you will get gamma minus 1 upon R. You will get, as we know, gamma is equals to what? Cp upon Cv, which equals to 1.4. So put this value into that equation, you will get gamma minus 1 upon R is equals to Cp upon Cv minus 1 upon Cp minus Cv. So you have got 1.388 is equals to gamma minus 1 upon r. So Cv is equals to 1 upon 1.388. So Cv becomes 0.72 and Cp upon Cv is equals to 1.4. Therefore, putting this value, okay, you just put this value of Cv in this equation 0.72. So multiply, what will be the Cp? Cp will be equal to what? 1.4 into 0.72. Okay, after making some calculation, you will get this value of Cp. Here, quantity of, next problem is what? Quantity of gas is expanded isothermally from initial condition of 0.1 meter cube and 75 kilopascal to find a final pressure of 8 kilopascal. Find final volume and work done. Okay, so V1, P1, P2, all this process to be written. Then P1, V1 is equals to P2, V2 is equals to C, as this is constant. Isothermal. Okay, this process is what? Isothermal. Therefore, P1, V1 is equals to P2, V2. That means T is constant. Now, putting this value, W is equals to P1, V1. We have calculated this all this formulas. Okay, so work done is equals to what? In case of isothermal process, it is equals to P1, V1 is equals to into log of P1 minus P2. So here, this is given P1 minus P2. Wait. Okay, now you have this value. Okay, P1 values you have, P2 is also you are having, P1 is also there. So put this value all in this equation. Put P1, V1, P2, P1 and P2. After putting all this value, you will get the burden. Okay, in this way you will finish. Okay, try to solve this problem. Now next one. 3 meter cube of gas at 30 degree and 5 bar pressure is expanded isothermally. Again, here T is also constant. At 1 bar with law PV is equals to C. Find work done and change in internal energy and heat transferred. Okay, now given data, write all this given data and let's start problem. Okay, as this is also isothermal process, so work done is also same as that of previous. You have to make some calculation like this. Okay, for previous problem you will get this value. Now change in internal energy, which is equals to mCp delta T, but as delta T, this is isothermal process, delta T will be 0. Therefore change in internal energy for this process will also be 0. Now heat added in is converted into total work. Therefore heat supplied is equals to total work. Therefore work is equals to heat. You will get both this value same, 2414 of heat supplied, and this is also for work done. Okay, see this problem properly. Now solve this problem. See here, I have given some problem. You can stop this video and understand all this. Okay, try to solve this problem. A vessel of capacity 3 meter cube contains 20 kg of an ideal gas having a molecular mass of 25. If the temperature of gas is 15 degrees Celsius, find the pressure. Okay, in this way you will get the pressure. Here is also another problem I have given on the screen. See that a tank of 2.2 meter cubes capacity containing air at 260 degrees Celsius and pressure of 0.1 megapascal. Some air is taken from the tank without changing temperature until the pressure becomes 4 kilopascal. That means this is also a isothermal process. Mass of air is left in the tank and mass of air pumped out. So write all this given data and solve this equation. Okay, now we have gone all through theories and some problems. Now what you have to do, you have to solve this problem. Okay, as we have finished this lecture, or sorry, this unit, second unit, which is ideal gases and ideal gas processes. you have to solve this, practice all these questions, and theory questions also I have given over here. So try solving this. Some more are there. Okay, so these are some problem given. Okay, try to solve this. Let's summarize all this chapter what we have seen up till today. Okay, first we have seen what is ideal gas, its concepts, Avogadro's number, Avogadro's law, Charles law, Boyle's law, Gay-Lussac law, and then we have derived the characteristic gas equation. We have also calculated the value of ideal gas constant. Then we have gone through ideal gas process. First one was isochoric, then isobaric, then isothermal, then polytropic. All this process, reversible adiabatic process we have gone through, which is also called as isentropic process or irreversible process. Adiabatic process are of two types, reversible and irreversible, because irreversible process become irreversible because of friction. Then we have seen polytropic process and throttling process. Okay, all this stuff we have seen. We have discussed about some few problems also. So try to solve all these problems and see and go through all lectures. Before solving this, without that you cannot understand anything. Okay, we'll stop here, and from next lecture we will start our third unit, which is it is steam and steam boilers. Okay, from this chapter, the steam boiler we are going to see in this particular unit. You will also study in these boilers in third year also. So let's see in next lecture this, let's start with the third lecture from, or third unit from next lecture. Okay, today we'll stop here. Thank you.